Now, here's the thing. Being able to use your emotions in order to get the goal you desire is crucial. It's crucial. That is really important. In fact, that is a key to high performance in the highest of pursuits, being able to use your emotions in face of obstacles and challenges, to be enthusiastic and persistent even when things are hard. That is a requirement to give your very best, because emotions, when they are out of control, especially negative emotions, when they're out of control, they can literally bring us down. But if we can learn to manage them and harness them, we can truly motivate ourselves. If you had two different people who had very similar mental capacities, however, one of them was severely limited by their emotions because they could not handle their emotions, while the other one was able to use their emotions to give their very best in their pursuits. Who would you bet your money on? Who would give their very best? Who would be the winner? Of course, the person who can use those emotions to bring out the very best from their mental capacities. That's the one who's going to win. So our job is to be able to harness the most out of our mental capacities using our emotions. Now, there's a lot of talk about how stress is bad for you and how stress should be totally avoided, but that's not truly the case. And let me explain that by what's called the Yerkes-Dodson curve. Actually, our performance tends to go up. With a little bit of stress, we can actually perform better. In fact, there's a peak performance zone where we give our very best when the stress is a little bit at the medium level. Too much stress will impede our performance, but too little stress can lead to ennui and boredom. Now, here's the thing. While some people have a very small stress profile, some people can have a very large stress profile. So in this graph, we have on the y-axis is performance and on the x-axis is stress. And if you look at this, it is like an inverted U. So the performance kind of goes up as the stress level goes up till a certain point, and then it kind of peaks out at a certain stress level, and then it starts to diminish, right? However, different people have different stress profiles. So while some people might actually start to go down when the stress level gets to a certain level, other people actually might start peaking at that level. Other people might have a much wider stress profile in the sense they can handle a lot more stress and still give their very best, while some people might be able to handle very little stress and only then can they give their very best. The key is for you to be able to understand where you are in the stress zone, to be able to tune yourself so that you are constantly able to give your very best under the highest level of stress or under a very wide level of stress. That is the key, to be able to give high performance at various different levels of stress. That is emotional intelligence at its best. And this is research by Yerkes-Dodson. It's called the Yerkes-Dodson stress curve, stress performance curve. Highly recommend you check that out. So realize we can improve our performance even under stress levels if we know how to be emotionally intelligent. Now, I want to dig a little more into how to manage, how to self-motivate, how to harness the power of our emotions. And not only that, show you some actual tests that show how important the power of controlling our emotions, of managing our emotions is. And the first of those tests is called the marshmallow test by Walter Mischel. Now, marshmallow test was something that was conducted back in 1960s. This was a large-scale experiment they conducted of 4-year-old kids. And the researcher offered each of these kids one marshmallow. However, they said, if you don't eat this marshmallow for 20 minutes, we'll give you another marshmallow. Now, as you can expect, some kids couldn't wait and just ate the first marshmallow, while some kids waited for the second marshmallow. And the researchers actually followed these kids for 14 years. And then 14 years later, they looked at their SAT scores. The kids who could not wait for second marshmallow, their average SAT score was 1,052, while the kids who waited for second marshmallow, who were able to delay gratification, who were able to control impulses, their score was 1,262. So almost 20% higher than kids who did not have impulse control or self-control. And that is literally as you can see, 20% is a huge number just by having that ability to delay gratification, just by having that impulse control. Huge advantage these kids had, and these kids went on to become much more successful. They were much more socially adjusted, and they had much better people relationships and all that stuff. So you might be wondering how you can develop impulse control, how you can develop this self-control and willpower. Well, there are quite a few great books on these topics. Willpower by Roy Baumeister, Willpower Instinct by Kelly McGonigal, and we have full summaries of these books in our 2x Mental Toughness program, where I've summarized 60 of the greatest books on building self-confidence, building self-esteem, building mental toughness, building willpower, all those different aspects of building mental toughness. 60 book summaries are completely in this package, and you can check it out by go to 2000books.com/tough. There's over 15 plus hours of video summaries, of book summaries in there, so check it out.